here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I have a message coming to you which is kind of on a very personal note, something that's not so great happening in my life right now, with a beautiful family member who is, we've just been told, is pretty close to their end. And so it got me really thinking into today's message coming to you. I'm just about to take off, head back to Melbourne, and more than likely spend my last moments with this family member. And so it really got me thinking about the endings of life. And I know I spoke to you guys a couple of weeks ago about this person in my life, and sort of talking into this thinking about the end and making it allow us to live our lives in a better way. Can you guys just let me know if you can hear me okay? Because I'm down here at the beach and I'm not sure if there's a lot of noise going on. So if you can just let me know if you can hear me, that'd be awesome. So I'm not just talking to nothingness. But really today's message is all about the fact that, it's our remorse, bereavement and grief that surfaces out of uncommunicated love. Thank you, Hassani. I appreciate that so much. So I really want you to think about this in terms of, the fact that we, as human beings, we live our lives so much in just the moment, in just like thinking about the future in some distant, far off place where, we can just handball all of our responsibility and all of the meaning and everything that matters to some future self. And we get so caught up in our resentments, we get so caught up in this meaningless surface level stuff that, gets us to the end, and we wonder why we didn't think about this sooner. And my guess is, and you guys can answer this for me, but if I was to ask you guys, if you only had 24 hours left of your life right now, what would you do and what would you say? And my guess is that you would drop all of the surface level resentments, and you'd ultimately want to track down all of those people in your life that matter most, no matter what challenges you've had with them, and you'd track them down, and you would tell them, thank you, I love you. And I think that, no matter where you are in the world, no matter where you come from, no matter, your background, your history, your sex, whatever, I don't care what it is, I think that deepest down to our heart and soul, if we only had 24 hours left to live our lives, that is exactly what we would do. We would say thank you and I love you to the people who are closest to us, no matter what. We would drop the resentments, we would get over the meaningless stuff, and we would find a way to create as much meaning as possible in our last 24 hours on this planet. And I think, we never ever know, and I know we've heard it time and time again, and we've kind of become blasé to the whole, saying of, to live your life like it's your last day on this planet, right? It's kind of like, yeah, that's a cool idea, that's a cool concept, but we're very blasé towards that fact, and we definitely do not live our lives in alignment with that. But who's to say this isn't your last 24 hours on the planet? Who's to say, something major doesn't happen? And I don't want any of us to get stuck in our remorse, in our grief, by, uncommunicated love. And so what if this challenge was today to just decide, identify who are those people that you would track down, and what would you say to them? Who would you thank, and who would you let know you love? And I really, I would be so fulfilled and so inspired by any of you guys out there who are willing to take this on board and say, you know what, who's to say this isn't my last 24 hours or whatever. And instead of being morbid about it, note down in the calendar that today's date is the day that you start living 100% regret-free, because you are constantly creating meaning in your life as if it's your last 24 hours. And this takes a lot of conscious effort. This is not an easy thing to do, because our mind makes up that we've got another I don't know, 50, 100 years on this planet, and the fact of the matter is we don't. And you know, life is not really lived until that moment where we create that meaning in our lives and we stop being so caught up with, you know, all those surface level judgments, fears, resentments, fights, whatever, you know, who offended who, I don't care, like drop that, you know, because at the end of the day, you and I both know that that's not the stuff that really matters. And what does really matter is when we drop all of that and we get attached to our gratitude and our love, and we share that, because you don't want to live with remorse, bereavement, or grief. You want to communicate love and don't hold it back. So I really hope that me sharing this with you guys today has got you thinking, because like I said, it's very close to me at home right now, and you know, every time we're faced with the concept of losing a person in the physical, I think it's such a great reminder to each and every one of us to think about how we're living and be grateful for the time that we have, that we're watching, you know, somebody else lose that time. And when we can put things into perspective like that, I think that it gives us such a great gift to wake up and really live lovingly and forget about our childish fears and resentments and start living your life today. Make the fact that they're losing their life, make the fact that they're losing that time that they would do anything to bring back, make that the gift that they pass on to you to wake you up to start truly living like you couldn't, because they don't have that time. So I really hope that today's message will inspire you to take on that challenge, to identify where you have these childish resentments. We all have them. You know, these childish resentments that at the end of the day really don't mean anything, and they're just keeping you trapped in your ego. They're leading you towards a truly regret-filled life, and don't get to the end where you have minimal time to make amends and to make your life matter and to create meaning and get to the source of love and gratitude. Don't wait till then, do it now, and make the people who are losing their lives and their time on this earth right now, make their lives matter by reminding you to live your life from a true place of inspiration, love, compassion, gratitude, all of the great stuff that actually matters. And you know, I love what Tony Robbins does around this concept, which he uses the rocking chair analogy, and he lives his life, you know, whenever he's faced with a decision, you know, he projects into his future and pictures himself as a 100-year-old man, you know, rocking in his rocking chair at the last time of his life, and he asks himself, you know, what decision would I be proud of and what would I regret? And I think that if we could all do that, we could use the power of projecting into the future to create meaning in today, we could all be truly living regret-free lives instead of regret-filled ones. So really hope that today's message is resonating with you guys. Like I said, I'm about to take off, head back to Melbourne, and absolutely make the most of the time left that I have with one of my family members, and I'm going to make it count, and I'm going to make their life matter by reminding myself what to get to love and gratitude and stop getting caught up in stuff that really just doesn't matter. And I'm really hoping that today's message inspires you to do the same, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So drop me a comment and say hi, and if you have any sort of feedback, you know, if you've experienced loss in your life and it's given you new perspective and experience that you can pass on that wisdom and help inspire others to not live through the heartbreak that you have, then definitely I'd love for you to share that with all of us here today. And remember that, you know, your grief and your bereavement and your remorse and your regrets, it all surfaces from uncommunicated love. All right, so please let this inspire you. And I've got Hassani and Ewan and Isaac and John and Mark and Claire and Judy and Brian. Thank you guys for letting me know the sound was right. And Jared and Yvonne, I communicated love, was only talking about this morning. I love that, Yvonne. That's so beautiful. Thank you. And Courtney and Jared, much love to you, my friend. And Lee and Chris and Suzanne and Williams and Brandon and Giuseppe. Awesome to see you guys. And Yvonne, thank you. I love you for your reminder today. So true. If we only had 24 hours of our life left to live, that's what we would say. Absolutely. And thank you. I love you, Yvonne. That's so beautiful. And you know, make people's lives matter. You know, the end of life doesn't have to be this horrible experience. It can remind us to wake up to being grateful, to living in love and not wasting our moments by holding our love back. You know, if you feel it, show it, give it. Don't hold back, don't keep score. Just get over those childish fears. Stop holding on to resentments of the past. Move forward to a freeing and inspiring future filled with love and filled with gratitude. I love that, Yvonne. And Kelly and Jason and Alexandria, my spirit sisters in the house, and Shane and Ashley and Kim and Sam, hello, and hello to you, beautiful Ashley. And Shane, have a great day, Vanessa. Yes, agree, not easy, but can be done, just takes time, absolutely. And Kim, no future in the past. Boom, I absolutely love that one, that's awesome. And Jody and Kadek and Lucy, you're so welcome. And Sam, love catching up with you as always. And yes, awesome. So guys, I really hope that today's message has inspired you to take the challenge to, as soon as this video stops, get a notepad, get a pen, jump on your computer or whatever, like on your phone, and just identify, if this was my last 24 hours left on the planet, what would I say and what would I do and who would I track down and share this with? And just do it, you know, decide that today is the day that you start creating a life free from regrets, and don't get to those places of remorse, bereavement and grief through uncommunicated love. So really hoping that this has helped, and thank you, Yvonne. And as always, guys, I've tried to get you a little bit of happiness in the beach today. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to have to leave beautiful Warrnambool, head back to Melbourne, make the most of the last time that I get to spend with this beautiful family member. And much love, gratitude and compassion to you, Sam, and Hilton's here, and Quillen. Hope you guys catch the recording and get a ton of value from today's message. As always, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, and everything extraordinary coming to you, to wherever you are in the world today. I hope you take this challenge. I hope that today you can mark down in the calendar and make it the day that you started living a regret-free life by communicating your love and gratitude always, every day. You know, live it like it is your possible. It's highly possible it could be your last 24 hours. So you might as well live it just as it is. And I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Much love.